Hey guys, Kozo here, and today I've got a video going over my recent Rasha'nan kill in Mythic. This week was pretty good. I didn't die like last week, and I think I parsed like a 90 or something, so not my best work, but good enough, for our second kill. I just kind of want to go over what my thoughts were in the fight, and what I did differently this week to not die like last week. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is go over my talents from the fight. Talent setup I'm using is just your normal single target setup, right? The same one you're going to use on Sikron. Just single target. Actually, pretty much the same talents you're using in the entire raid, except for a few bosses. Just single target. You don't really need to worry about the ads in this fight. As Affliction, but let me rephrase that. You shouldn't need to worry about the ads in this fight as Affliction. Our damage profile, as Affliction, is not that great at dealing with sudden bursts of ads that spawn that don't have a lot of health. And that's exactly what all the ads on this fight are. If you have like warriors or rets or frost DKs or monks, enhanced shamans, right? These people are just going to obliterate the ads. And by the time you have a seed of corruption on them or something, they're dead. And then you're wasting soul shards trying to dot them up, and it just doesn't work out for us as Affliction. If your guild really needs help killing the ads, it's probably better just to play a different spec. Demo has instant burst on ads, and Destro can also do that too. Better than this spec. But I didn't record a video on those, so maybe next week I'll try a different spec. Also, they don't count in your logs, right? So definitely no reason to. I'm kidding. So yeah, swapping to the ads is kind of a bait for Affliction. If your group needs help with it, honestly, I'd just try a different spec. As crazy as that sounds, Affliction is not really good at dealing with them without losing a lot of uptime on the boss. Also, importantly, for our talents, besides being single target, I think it is crucial for this fight to have Fiendish Stride for your Burning Rush. What it does is it makes you move 10%, 20% faster, and you take 10% reduced damage. And this fight has so much movement. We use your gateway to jump across the room, but also having Burning Rush up when you're trying to chase the boss is really important. Okay, so before I start the commentary, I want to say that the video was taken from a live stream I did. My first live stream on YouTube. It was really fun. There were a lot of people who came out and supported the live stream. We were all talking and I answered some questions. It was pretty cool. So if you ever have questions you want to ask me, and I try and respond to almost every comment on my videos, but if you see me live and you have questions, feel free to come by. I'm not sure if I'll keep streaming on YouTube or go to Twitch. I have channels on both, but next time I stream, I'll make a post on my channel or something about it. Anyways, since this was taken from my live stream, I'll have music in the background, and I'll be just saying random stuff. Either I'm responding to somebody chat, or I'm kind of narrating what I was thinking at the time. So I'll try and turn the volume down a bit, but if you hear stuff, that's what it is. So, okay, for the fight. This fight, as a Warlock, there's a lot of pre-fight prepping we have to do, right? You have to put the Soulstone on the healer, summon your pet, put the gateway, demonic circle. It's annoying if you wipe over and over. There's so much prep. The first thing I do is when you res, is I put my gateway. Okay, you want your gateway on one side and one on the other if you have two Warlocks, because that will save you a lot of trouble mid-pull. When the boss does her intermission and runs away, if the gateways are already up, you can just take them and go. But if you only have one Warlock, then you're going to have to wait and save a soul shard to soul burn and throw it, which is pretty unlucky. We have two Warlocks, so it's good for me. To put it like this, what you're going to want to do is you'll run from here to the edge, then you'll go along the wall and cross the line here, put your gateway from the back to the front. You don't pull the boss, and then run back around. And then also, I put my demonic circle here in the back. That way, when the fight starts in the first phase, if I get a web bomb in the middle, I can just teleport back here without losing too much uptime. And you'll see, of course, I get unlucky and I get the first web bomb. So I teleport back and I can keep attacking from here. So let's go ahead and start the video, and I'll just talk as I go. I just prefer Affliction. Hopefully the video, like music, isn't too loud. I don't want to get in trouble.
See, yeah, Cooper 2-6, there you go.
5, 4,
That's why he's
3, 2.
So I'll make sure I do my first opening rotation well. I try and use some soul shards before I use my burst, but I get procs, so it's like I'm not going to use them. I do make sure that I have Phantom Singularity up before I use Mad Queen's Mandate, so I get the 10% damage bonus. Okay. Here, I get the web and teleport out. And where I'm at is pretty good. Generally, we go in a line, so here, 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 right? But one of them is a melee DPS who doesn't want to lose up time, which is fair, right? But he drops the bomb kind of in front of me. So normally you teleport back and then you kind of sprint up and don't lose up time. But I have to run through my circle and then also this circle too, and I'm slowed by a lot, so it takes a while, and I lose a decent amount of time just trying to get out of it. Not a decent amount of time, but more than I'd like.
There goes the warrior damage.
That's pretty much it. Then we move back to the middle, so we can
so
stack.
Fun for a warrior. What's crazy is that's like post like 2 nerfs for warrior as well.
But normally, like I said earlier in the fight, using our stuff on the ads is really not that great. I have a proc of the instant cast Rapture here, so I probably could have put a dot on him and help break it faster. But I kind of wanted to help. Realistically, though, this shouldn't necessarily be your job as Affliction Warlock. But I was just trying to help. We'd wiped a couple times before this, and I just wanted to get the boss killed. That's why I'm tap targeting and draining souling it. So, I had the stream muted, you couldn't hear. I have my bigwigs down here. Bigwigs is telling me when she's going to start flying away. It gives me like a 10-second heads up. So, if I go back here, you'll see like 11 seconds from now, he's going to be teleporting. Not teleporting. He's going to be flying away. So I'm going to want to make sure that my Unstable Affliction and Haunt and Agony and stuff are fully refreshed. So that way they don't fall off during her flight. If I apply them all right as she's starting to fly, and then we run through the gateway, and then you sprint. I just keep Burning Rush up a bunch. Really convenient. Here, I got full on soul shards on the way over, and I don't want to delay my cooldowns too much, so I start trying to use some shards. I use like 1, but if I spam through 3 shards and then I get a proc, and I'm never going to get through them, so I end up wasting some soul shards just to get my cooldowns back on cooldown. So they line up with my 2 minutes later. We're going to have the webs again. Just play around these.
I was pre-moving there because I had instant cast, and if I had the web, I had to go to the wall. So I was trying to use my instant cast as a chance to pre-move. I didn't have to go to the wall though, so it's okay.
So you see, like I mentioned earlier, we're moving soon. So I go ahead and reapply my dots. And my Haunt, I used my Haunt at a bad time, so Haunt might fall off. But I'm just running. One thing to note too is that you see here, I stop, reapply Shadow's Embrace and Haunt, because you'll have time to sprint over with Burning Rush. You can stop and cast, like 1 ability is okay, but casting more than 1 is a bit greedy. For the boss, we have a while. This is my 2nd set of cooldowns. I know that I'll have time to use 3 sets of full cooldowns, generally, based on my guild's kill times. So I don't use my Mad Queen's Mandate Trinket. Sorry, I don't use Spymaster's Web. I'm saving it for my last set of cooldowns. I do use Mad Queen's Mandate, the damage trinket, not the big stat increase. Generally, standing in the ground stuff is not epic, but if you have to choose between standing in the webs that stun you, like that guy, or standing in some damage in the floor, I would take damage in the floor for 2 or 3. So, one thing to note here, this is her 3rd transition. On the 1st transition, we take a gate. 2nd transition, when she goes from the back to the middle, we still have the gate debuff. The 3rd transition, the gate debuff falls off, so we can gate again. If you have 2 Warlocks, like we have in my raid, each Warlock is assigned a side. At the beginning, I was assigned to this side, and Snorit was assigned to this side. What should happen is when we get here, since Snorit's gateway is here, he should be the one to put the new gateway when we go from here to the next place. Because if I drop a gateway here, we're going to have gateways going both directions, and it's really weird, right? And we had a couple wipes last week because we were both trying to do the gateways, or I would forget to move mine, and he would put his. You know, he did it right, I did it wrong, and I forgot to move mine. And we had two gateways, and people were just going both directions, and it was real awkward. So if you have two Warlocks, try and keep it that way, right? I have my side, he has his side. Makes it easier for everyone else besides the Warlock having to do the mechanic. Definitely keep that in mind. You don't want to mess your rate up because you had to move your gateway. We're at 410. So yeah, we'll be able to use gateway here. He's already setting it up, and we'll take it and we'll chase the boss. New gateway. Run across.
Like I said earlier, if we both gateway, it's
One thing to note too is while you're running, if you get procs for the instant cast Mythic Rapture, feel free to use those while you're running. It has a 100-yard range, Rapture does, so you can be pretty far and still use it. I use my 1-minute cooldowns to get them on cooldown again. Make sure I give them some space. I don't want to block the way for them. This fight is just full of clutter on my screen. This pull, I got pretty much no mechanics. That doesn't make for the best commentary video.
I'm gonna get one of the hard mechanics.
Without those, I'm just doing single target DPS. Okay. And here for the last time, we're moving in 5 seconds. So I reapply my dots. Try and reapply Haunt and UA first, because you can reapply Agony while you're moving. Pop a small defensive, I use my Hellstone. I use my instant cast Rapture while I'm running. Okay, and now I have time to do all of my damage here. So I think what I do is I use my cooldowns immediately. I feel like what you should do is wait for the ads to come out or something, because if you get a mechanic while you're mid cooldowns, it's not that great. I pop everything here. My Soul Rot, Singularity, cooldowns, Trinket, and then I get the ads, and it's annoying. Wait, I don't get the ads, I'm lying. I get the wave, that's what it is. And this one, I gotta move far to make space. Even worse, actually. I got the wave.
I'm taking no damage right now, so I'm okay. You go stand outside. I should stay outside to dodge these webs. Moving back in this mistake.
I stood too far on the edge. I needed to move back sooner. I took a bunch of damage. So do your damage and move back. And do more damage if you stay out, but you risk getting one shot, so. Okay. And this is our last time moving here. Should have said it. Our last time moving. And like I mentioned earlier, the weird double gateway thing happens. Because I actually don't really know which way we're gonna go. I know that she goes across the middle, but we didn't have a really preset plan on if we want to go left or right around it. Looking on the minimap, I see that going around the front here behind me is faster, but I just turned right and went right. This is not the correct way. I think this takes way too long. Everyone else besides me and like 2 people went this way, and they followed me, and I feel bad. So if you're in my position, go around the front. I didn't think about it before. I just acted in the moment, and I chose the wrong way. So sorry to the people who I brought with me. Yeah, like 3, 4, 5 people. Oh god, bro. I'm sorry, guys. But that's pretty much it. We run back over, we just do the mechanics. I have my 1 minutes back up, one final time. I could use Spy Master's Web here to get more damage, but I want to use my Mad Queen's Mandate instead, because it should hit really hard when she's low HP like this. I want to use it with Singularity up, but I think I forget and use it like the second Singularity ends. Yeah, I just forgot. Too late, so I missed 10% damage on it.
Die, please, die.
And I stand the mechanic to kill the boss.
We did it. Let's go.
Nice. And there we go, just like that.
Oh, this.
Alright, and that's the video. Hopefully I taught you some stuff. What to do, or what not to do, even. Oh, yeah, that's gonna be it. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later. Yeah.